you were either. Yulius kind of explains the situation a little bit, not enough for Subaru to honestly know, but Yulius says to Subaru what he brought up last night frightened him. He didn't know what he would have done if he apologized, and the only reason Subaru confronted him is because Shala was there, and all she wants for her reward is a hug, but he says no. But Shala says she's not going to give up till she makes her way to his heart, and he just hugs her out of nowhere. She shoots her shot again and gets pushed out the way, but he says he doesn't know who he can trust. The only being he can trust is Patricia, and Meili heard this all, but she says she has business with him, and she says, you said something to me yesterday, and it has me thinking, should I really listen to this? And that's when we see a flash, and it's nighttime again, and Subaru's alone in a room with Meili. Subaru did his favorite move to her, the strangle classic, but he doesn't even know why he would do it, and that's when he pulls up his sleeve and looks at his arm, and it says, Subaru Natsuki was here. This is like when Leon killed Maizono, and she wrote 11307, but Subaru's confused on how Meili died, and he's saying it has to be another Subaru. But if there's another Subaru, he's asking himself, who is he truly? But after he somehow calms down after this, has murder allegations on his name, woman beater allegations on his name, and those allegations on his name, he says, hey, I know you're not a suspect anymore, Meili, so next time I see you if I loot, we're good. But Emilia pulls up in the nick of time. She almost caught this man in the act, and she's saying that Meili's been on her mind lately. She's saying we shouldn't just keep her locked up in the mansion anymore. We should let her run free. She should join our camp. And Subaru says that's a terrible idea. How could you consider that? But she tells him that she's not mad at him. But Ram says come to the archive immediately. Something happened. And Beatrice points to a book, and on that book it has Meili's name. But Shala arrives and they tell her what happened, and she's like, oh dang, she's dead. Cool. And Shala just tells Subaru, hey, you should read the book yourself. Obviously they don't want Subaru to read the book because he's been through enough, but he says he'll do it himself. So Subaru opens the book and he goes back into Meili's past. We see her as a child. She couldn't speak. She had no family. And like she said herself, she was raised by mobbies. She tamed a whole lot before she became the queen of the jungle, and all of her mobbies got slaughtered. She got punched as well. But we see it was by Elsa herself. She took her in, and we see her speaking to Capella. She has no way of crying out or fighting, so Capella gives her a way of crying back and fighting. Did she turn her into multiple different animals and just have her scavenge? Elsa would just kill people in broad daylight, and we hear Subaru narrating saying that she hated her. He's saying, is she sad? When Elsa died, of course, but she never knew what real emotions were, and she just imitated those around her, and now that Elsa's gone, she doesn't know what to imitate. But that's when we see Meili in the archive, but Subaru was in there. But when she arrives again, she sneaks up on Subaru this time, but he's acting like Big G loves. This weird Subaru is saying, give in to your desires. If you truly want what your heart is after, just say the word. And that's when we see when Meili said the same thing to Subaru, this is when the switch happened. He takes her to a secret room, and this crazy Subaru says he's sorry after pushing her to the ground and choking her, saying it was against the rules. And obviously Subaru wakes up in a frenzy after